day for your girl, but it is worth it. Today, we have my pal Big T in the
What up?
house.
What up? Finally get you back on a stream.
Right? Listen, the last time you got me on stream, I was out for a month. I always say, I'm like, listen to that. He wanted me on stream so he could poison me. I see how it is.
Yep. People keep saying we need to get together as a community, but I'm trying to poison everybody, so I'm the only one left.
It's true, you guys saw. But I will say this, we all know what he was trying to do. He was trying to help me lose weight because I certainly didn't eat for 2 weeks. So, hello, Special K. Well, I mean, I see you you've been having some YouTube's been a dick to you a little bit lately.
Yeah, they completely took me off monetization for some weird reason.
I wouldn't mind, but a sniper wolf can get away with it, like with literally saying nothing, which I hold the opinion of I don't give a shit if you're I don't care if reaction channels are not good enough reactions. I just don't care because all I want to see is the compilations they're playing.
Yeah.
If I'm watching it for the person, I don't know. I just think at that point you need some help.
Now that I've been thinking about it, you know what it is? I think it's my shorts because I have not done very good with my shorts. I'm not very good at them. I'm still trying to figure them out. So like a lot of my shorts is I'll find something on TikTok or something and like I'll replay it and then in the last couple seconds I'll say something. I'll be like, "Yeah, this was funny," or "Yeah, I've been there. I understand that." And
That
so
is something they could snap you on, yeah.
so I that's where I think they got me because I was just like racking my brain. I'm like, where am I just posting other people's content and not adding anything to it? Like I don't get it. All these videos. And then now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like probably my shorts. And so I'm gonna delete all my shorts. I'm gonna take them off.
I wonder if you just took them down, would they be happy then?
Well, I did appeal, and I didn't understand the whole process. I was talking to the cynical dude about it, and he showed me where some other people was able to get their monetization back with the right type of appeal. You have to show yourself editing your videos and stuff like that. And I didn't get that in time. Like I appealed that night. It was like freaking 9 o'clock at night, and I was editing another video that I was going to air last week. And I got that email. I was about to upload it, and it said my monetization was off. And so I was like, what in the hell? And it said you can make a video talking about your appeal. So I did that, and I posted in there. A couple hours later, like I got it the very next morning when I woke up for work, but they barely even looked at the appeal. It had one view on it, and it said my appeal has been denied. So I have to wait till February to get my remonetization. Well, I can reapply for it. So I think if I just take my shorts off of there and just kind of keep going as I am, then I might be fine. But yeah, I mean,
I will say that they're weird with the. So I would say a strike because I got a strike for this is back last year. I made videos when the Asian talk community tried to come after me. I don't know if you ever saw those videos, but essentially I made them mad by calling them out on their bullying and their racism and their bullshit. And they didn't like that. And I made a video documenting how they tried to dox me, how they tried to harass me. And one of them tried to say I was posting their personal information and all that. And within minutes of getting the email, I was like, oh hell no. And I went full like and I emailed them. I was like, oh no, this is me these are people harassing me, blah blah blah. At the time, I think YouTube still had a larger amount of workers. Because I will say post-pandemic, I saw more workers in YouTube. And now they seem to be coming back down. I did want to say something first. Hello to everyone, Derp, Annie, Natanya, Esteban, but I especially want to say hi to Linda. Linda, your card was really sweet, and I really appreciate you, and I love you, and thank you. When my cat passed away, Linda sent me a get well card. It was really sweet. Not fans, I mean YouTubers. Oh, there's a lot of power wheeling once you take your shorts off. Linda knows.
Especially me,
Right? I mean, I don't have the third leg. I'm sorry, guys. I tried, but you know,
But I just wish there was some sort of system in place, right? Where I have no strikes on my account. If they said, we're going to give you a strike, here is where your error was, fix that, I would have been totally fine with that. I would have been like, okay, I'm a new YouTuber. I've barely been doing this a year,
right.
right? So, like, give me some sort of warning system. Give me a point. Give me something. Let me know
That's
what
the
it is
thing,
because
though.
I'm trying to appeal to you guys, but you're not even telling me what video it was or what section of my channel is causing the problem. Like they didn't do anything. They just said, we're going to demonetize you right away.
And I
No
agree. That's
warning, no
something
nothing, no nothing.
they. I agree. This is a problem that they've had, in my opinion, as well. Is that I understand you're going to give more favoritism or more attention to your pricier YouTubers, the
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Beasts of the world, the Sniper Wolves, even, you know, just on a lower scale, the Michelles, the Abba and Preaches. I get it. You're going to prioritize them because they make you more money, they bring in more views. That's fine. But they were once small YouTubers too, every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with you. This is a big problem they're having is that no matter what, YouTubers, you and I, even though it seems like it, we're not that far from 100K ourselves, which
Yeah.
is a decent YouTuber. You know, you can make a decent living doing that.
Yeah.
When YouTube constantly abandons the smaller YouTubers, they're cutting themselves off because every large YouTuber goes through their spring. And then they wean into their summer, and then their fall comes. And the fall leads to a hard winter. And every single year, at least 2 or 3 large YouTubers get the axe. People are going for Mr. Beast all the time. And so it's like, why would you not want to foster? Like, I will say this, they've updated the way you get paid. They've helped out all YouTubers on that. Repsion, I think, was the one who told us how if you go into your settings and you fix it a certain way and you allow gambling and a couple other bad things as advertisements onto your videos, you'll get more money, which I agreed. That did happen. I think I told you about it. I told a couple of YouTubers about it. And that's fine. But it's like you said, all the larger YouTubers get a personal rep. They get a rep they can call, email, that contacts and is their liaison to YouTube. We don't have that. And that's not I don't think that's smart. Let me see. YouTube be demonetizing people for absurd reasons while we have crazy people still on the platform. Right. These people who are allowed back on, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And so it's like he belongs in prison. He was in prison, he got out of prison. And you know, so it's like, why does it say 11 hours ago? Isn't this live? Because I started the live, or rather, I scheduled the live 11 hours ago. I don't know. It's been a while. I just made sure I scheduled it so that way I had it. No, I don't think it was 11 hours ago, so I don't know why it said that because I did it on my new phone, which I've only had since about 4 o'clock. So I don't know why it said that, but either way. Yeah, my phone bit the dust, guys, so I had to go and get new toys today.
Welcome to the new millennium.
Right? I'm back in the Samsung life, and I wasn't going to get this. My husband was against me getting the watch. And I wasn't super into the idea. However, if you see, it's got a little heart thing on it. It does all the shit a Fitbit does, plus. And I've been wanting to get a Fitbit, and this one is more waterproof. And I can get star bands. Fitbit doesn't let you have bands made of stars. So it was to me, it was understood. And when the new case comes in, the straps and the case are gonna match. The most girly thing about me, guys. And everything's gonna be pretty. But whatchamacalls it. So I have been stressing. There's 2 things I don't enjoy doing because of the anxiety involved. One of them I'm more willing to do than the other. One is moving. The other is updating and transferring over to a new phone. Especially since I started doing all this social media shit between my job and everything else. The anxiety of transferring phones today was through the roof. It was through the roof. But I'll take that over moving any day.
Yeah.
Any day. I hate moving. Oh my God. But no, I will say that I am very hopeful that they fix this for you, T, because, you know, I will say this. You're a much more wholesome person on here than I am. I'm a bit of a bitch. You're direct like me, but you're direct in a little soft way. You're very nice, very kind. I'm more like, hey, yo. So it's right, like you're home, and so
There's my halo, kind of.
that's true. See, it's. I've got the dark shadows behind me. He's got the halo. He got this. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, it's just absolutely absurd that they're going to go straight to we're taking you off of monetization. No warning. No, here's an email saying, hey, you're violating the terms of service in this way. Nothing. Just out of the blue, we're going to take your monetization away, and you're going to have it gone for 90 days, and you might be able to apply for it later. And it said February 4th is when I could apply for it again. And it's like, what if I was needing that money, which I do. I mean, even though I slowed down because I've been going to college full time, like I still need that money that I was getting from it. Like that makes my life tremendously more difficult now that I don't have it.
I agree. Like the thing is, and I was just discussing this either one or two live streams ago, and silly as it circles into about just pearly things. You can stand to make a decent living even at our level of 12,000 followers, 9,000 followers, whatever, what have you. You can stand to make a decent living if you can pull in the views.
Mm-hmm.
That $200 to $400 a month, that's a big deal when you're in our tax bracket.
Yeah.
And I will tell you right now, it's something that I think I said it to you. This is why I don't do commentary. The other day, I was on my Tuesday live stream, my Discord, we were all talking about Hell of a Boss. And I was airing my woes. Now, I have a couple members on there that love it like I do. And I was like, well, listen, this Tuesday, we're talking about it, and I'm a bitch. So I got up on there and I bitched about it. My video got demonetized for, mind you, I only showed 5 minutes total, not in a row. It was silent. My screen was still on there, and I was commenting on it the whole time. And they struck me for that. That is fair use, but it's a live stream, so it wasn't worth it because I don't make any money off of live streams anyway. But it was like, that was like, anytime I think, well, maybe I should do more reactionary, maybe I should do this, I always get reminders because like I was literally talking to Michelle and I mentioned you. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be doing a live stream with Big T. 2 seconds later, you messaged me saying I got demonetized. I was like, are you fucking serious? And I was like, because what I was gonna talk to you about originally was me considering doing more reactionary. I'm like, well, looks like that's out of my roster now, not running the risk. And so it's like, I understand they have to protect other people as well. I get that. I understand that they're trying to be fair, but it is the automation of it. It is because we all know exactly what snapped you. People weren't reporting you. Nobody was reporting you. This is entirely a bot that was cycling through accounts and saw what they deemed, like you said, you didn't react enough. They looked at your shorts, which were snippets of your long form. Didn't do that backtracking. Any person, a human who would reviewed you would have seen that. And then people would be like, oh, well, that's meticulous. That's too much. Oh, bye, unusual.
Bye.
Whatchamacallit. But I know for a fact that Google makes billions upon billions of dollars. They can hire at least a team of people to manually review. Now, I get it. There are millions upon millions of accounts on YouTube, potentially billions. But then you cut it up. Certain people only hit, and again, we just said that all the larger YouTubers have liaisons.
Yeah.
So leave those to their liaisons, and the smaller ones cut up to real people. Or just don't let the AI make the final judgment. Have the AI alert a real person, then have a real person look that over. It's just like you said, somewhere on the cutting board, something is left.
Mm-hmm.
Something is left behind that is creating this issue. And it's not fair to small creators like you who are trying their hardest, who are working very hard, and who do rely on what most large YouTubers would consider crumbs. We rely on that for our income. I'm about to buy this house, and if I have to get the loan that I think I have to pop out of my ass an extra $400 a month that I don't have. So I'm relying on this to provide that.
Yeah.
And so it's just stuff like that where people don't really realize it. And I think YouTube is a little too quick, like you said, to cut the cord without doing the due diligence. And it's not fair.
And one of your commenters said it, like there's a lot of gray area when it comes to their terms of service, what fair use means, because they will strike you and warn you without any kind of due process, without any kind of looking at it or anything. If somebody does not like your content, even though it is under fair use, even though I'm legally allowed to use it the way that I used it, they will automatically come after you for it.
It's true.
And then you have to go back and you have to challenge it and appeal it and go back and forth, and it's taken down and you have to wait and you might lose money on it. Like there's been many videos where I lost a lot of money on them because they, like TLC, for example, would ding me on it and they'd pull it off. And then I have to go through the appeal process while it's being, most of the views, as you know, are in the first, few hours to the first day, but I have to wait days for the appeal to go through. And then it's like, okay, I've already lost most of the revenue that's going to come from that video anyways. Exactly. Even though I'm legally able to put that video out there, I have to fight this process because they're going to side with the bigger people who want to ding me because they don't want me making this content that I'm legally allowed to make.
Exactly. And it's like, every once in a while you might hit gold.
Yeah.
By gold, I mean like secret somewhere 30 weeks down the line. Because so if you look at all of my earliest videos, that's when the algorithm kept me in, right? And because they had high views, those still keep continuing to climb. So we're looking at 50,000, 70,000, 40,000. That was when I had 0 shadow ban, 0. And now I'm lucky to breach 2,000. Now, part of that is my fault. That's the one thing. You can't have a sick day on YouTube. And if you do, you got to have a team in the background putting up your old shit. And so I would try to keep up. But I will say, when you wear a lot of hats, you're a preacher or pastor, which is your title?
I'm an intern, a pastoral intern. So I'm working on becoming a pastor.
So he has a full-time job. He is a full-time helper at the church. He's an intern to become a pastor.
Going to Bible college.
In Bible college. So, I mean, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. With me, I am not only working as a dishwasher, a fry cook, an assistant manager. I am a waitress sometimes. I also run the social media. I run all the events. And then on top of that, I run nearly everything in this household. I am the planner. I am the cook. I am the trainer. And then on top, I do all this. When you wear a lot of hats, you guys have no idea how much work goes into editing. Like, this is why I primarily focus on TikTokers, because TikTokers, if they use license, all you gotta do is mute it, because it's usually them dancing to licensed stuff. But when you do anything licensed, every time I've done anything close to TLC, BBC, bro, I am there counting the seconds. I'm like, 1,000. Oh my God. Snap. And then Choco Hooligan actually made me a short that I can stick in between. And I literally say, I'm appeasing Papa YouTube. It's the only reason why you're seeing this little animation right now, because I have to either choose to risk it for the biscuit or just interrupt you with a silly little short of my two mods trying to off each other. And so I take that instead. Starsan becoming an Italian Renaissance woman. I know, right? You just see me out here, just, oh. But it's ridiculous the hoops you have to fly through. And the thing is, sometimes even if you do it to the letter, like I used a short, okay? I used a short from TikTok on my water talk video. Apparently, it was Jay-Z. The fucking animals. There's something out in my carport making noise. No I have a shelf above my TV that holds my PS4. It is not weighted for 20 pounds. Axel constantly jumps off my desk and onto it. I just saw that whole thing bow. And I'm seeing my PS4 crash into my TV, and I'm losing two things at once. Anyway, I digress. What was I fucking saying? God almighty.
I wasn't paying attention.
Ew. How dare. The idea of Oblio is simple and brilliant. Keeping the idea noted for future uses. Editing is a lot. Oh, yeah. But I was using it, and it was apparently Jay-Z saying, why are you upset when you can't even get in? It was 10 seconds. They were going to demonetize my video for that. 10 seconds, which is fair use. They're going to do it.
Well, like, there's a channel that I react to a lot called Plot Twist, right? Like, they do my 600-pound life edits, and they put those videos out regularly. They have over 1 million subs or whatever. When I react to their channel, I would get busted from TLC for doing a fair use thing.
Well, I would know.
Or copyright thing. And I'm like, they put their video out with no issue, but I review them and I get the copyright thing.
Well, what I know that Michelle and Gothix has done, this is, back when I was Gothix's assistant, we would try to upload them like a week or two in advance. And so, and I know Michelle's in it because she'll still say it on her channel or on her Instagram stories. Hey, I've got the yellow sign right now. I have to wait. So they'll upload days to weeks in advance. So that way they have time to fight with YouTube over it. But again, that's a luxury that when you are not a full-time YouTuber, you can't afford to do. And it's no shade to those people, but that's how I will say that is one way they're able to get away with it, because then they have a length of time to be like, nope. Because there's a guy I follow, SaberSpark. And SaberSpark, what he would do is he reviews the shittiest cartoons you'll ever find. Like anything that is old and dumb or cringe, he watches them. But he still often, hi Breen! He still often gets struck by these companies. And so then he has to either appeal, and if the appeal doesn't work, he has to go back in, cut something somewhere, re-upload it, and then hope for the best. And he'll talk about it fairly often. I want to say it was either Barbie or something. There was this movie he was trying to review, and it was like the never-ending battle. It took forever for him. And so it's stuff like that where I can't with you, sir. Oh, you just reminded me of something. Okay. My husband's apparently been able to do this for a while. He was like, well, whenever you see the hearts on your screen, that's always me. And I'm like, I've never seen hearts on my screen. I had no idea you guys could do this. My old phone was so old.
You couldn't even keep up with the hearts, huh?
I couldn't see none of this shit. I was like, are you sure, Matthew? He's like, yeah, I know it can happen. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think you're fibbing. And then he pulled over his phone and showed me, and I was like, I was floored. I was shooketh. I was shooken. So there's a lot of, again, this is why I had to update my damn phone. But I knew what I was having to do's. But no, I will say that I'm hoping it gets better. I would say for now, try to focus on TikTokers. I mean, Lord Almighty, when I tell you Marissa is back, which is going to be one of the next videos coming up, Marissa Matthews is back. Have you seen her?
I don't think so.
Sir, if you want primo content, go watch that psychopath. You will have videos for days. When I first started doing the anti-BoPo stuff, it was her who got me. It was her, Lexi Nimmo, and Virgie Tofar that like boiled my blood. And I was like, oh no, Marissa scares me. Marissa is a scared little whiny girl that loves to act tough, but if anyone raised a fist to her, she'd fall to the ground crying. She is a literal prostitute out of Canada. And she makes very feminist art and jewelry. And she makes TikToks of herself. And they're supposed to be affirming. Here's the fun part. Marissa will say, how am I supposed to make money? I don't understand why I'm not making money. Why are my full body videos not popular? And it's actually, I made it as a short on my YouTube. When I tell you she looks busted, she gets up in clothes that don't match, clothes that don't fit, messy hair bun, no makeup, and she does this and shakes her boobs and butt. And then picks up her belly and flops it up and down. And she can't understand why she's not making money off these videos.
Maybe I should start an OnlyFans and do that, and maybe that'll take over for my,
Someone said I should do an OnlyFans, but then when people click on it, it is literally like just my animals. And I'm like, I'm contemplating, how do you balance what you want to do with what you actually have time to do? I get 50 million thousand ideas a day and then get overwhelmed. I don't know how. Yeah, T, you tell them first, and then I'll tell mine.
As somebody with ADHD, I definitely get a million thoughts in my head all the time, and I don't often know how to handle it. But also because I have ADHD, I don't have the motivation to do any of them, so I just let them slide. So, yeah, just you really can't do them all. Like maybe write down some of the bigger ones and come back to it later and think, okay, is this really a good idea? If it's not feasible, just cross it off your list. Don't be afraid. Like you're not a horrible person because you don't do some of the things that you want to do. So if it is something that you really want to do, that it's been on your mind forever and you constantly replays it. Like for me, I know that I've been called to be a pastor. I've been working on this for over 18 years. And I don't know if you believe in God or not, but I believe he's sort of taken me a different path than some other people. Like some people can just go to Bible college, get a degree, and poof, they're a pastor. But for me, I went on a different direction. And so I know for me to get to where I wanted to be, I had to apply myself to it. I couldn't just say, I want to be this and then demand that it happens. I had to go to school. I had to train. I had to study the Bible. I had to not learn how to love people, but I had to, figure out a way to make my time available for people in such a way that I could take care of them and love on them and the way that I should. And
it's hard.
It's very difficult, like having a full-time job. I work 9 hours a day, and then I got classes, and then I'm interning at the church, and so it's like, well, I don't have time for myself. I don't really have a day off anymore. And then when it's the weekends, I got to put together a Sunday school lesson or make a YouTube video or whatever. And it's just like you have to schedule your time in a way that works for you. You have to say no to people. And I know a lot of people don't like it to like to say no to other people, but you're going to have to say no to people. I can't hang out. I need some me time today. Or, no, I can't go out with you because I need some me time. And it's okay to have some me time, or, hey, I need to set aside this time so I can make a YouTube video. or so I can do this or that. So you really have to schedule out your time. It's okay to be selfish and say, I need some time for myself because that's important. You need to rest. It's okay to rest. And, just weed out the bad ideas from the good ideas in which you really want to do.
I agree. And I have a different approach to it. So like my issue is not that I'm not motivated. My issue, so we both have ADHD. And for me, the problem is that I have a hard time doing exactly what I want unless I have all of the elements. Everything I need has to be in place. Okay, I've got all my things. Now I can do the thing. And that is something that actually holds me back a lot because it bothers me if I can't get it all done at once. I hate having to go back and do it later. So when it comes to getting an idea, which again, now Jasmine is in the our comments, and Jasmine and I are art buddies as well. And she just put it right there. The worst time to get inspiration for an art piece is usually when you actually can't draw. Laying down, going to sleep, taking a poo-poo, driving. And so what you can do is take a quick moment and I use my husband, and how I use him is in this way. My husband is my notebook. So if I'm scrolling and I'm out and about and I can't do anything, but I see a video that inspires me, I immediately screen record it, screenshot, and then I send it to his Facebook. My husband's Facebook Messenger is just filled with videos and screenshots for my YouTube videos. And I kind of use them as my packing horse. And so that's the first thing I do. And then what I do is, and this is where T is spot on, I had to become, and this because my entire life, I've always been there for others. I've always been that friend that stayed up all night long and sacrificed her sleep so you could talk. I was that friend who would lend you money or do this, that, and the other. And I was the friend that always got shit on. And so as I got older, I started being selfish. And then especially after the pandemic and after losing people, exactly what he said, I had to put up a boundary. And especially if you're going to take on any business that is your own. Because while YouTube facilitates the paychecks, you are essentially your own business when you do this. And so you have to put up boundaries and say, and I will tell people, tonight I'm recording videos, I can't. And what I would do is once I've got all those ideas, I bulk record. I record everything all at once. If any of you are longtime viewers of mine, you'll notice maybe 5 videos in a row, I got the same fucking outfit on. Yeah, because I recorded all those videos in one night. Might have taken me a couple of hours. Sometimes it only takes me about an hour. Because I have a really good way of taking a 5-minute rant and turning it into a 20-minute video by cutting it up right. And so that's something that I think some folks, a script holds them back. A subject holds them back, thinking the video's not long enough. Number one, the biggest problem that I faced when I first started doing YouTube videos is I tried to do them without having any issues because I didn't want to edit. I wanted to record them and then immediately get them out. So there was no reference videos, there was no reference photos, there was no sound, there was no music, it was just me. And while I got views, that really didn't help me. It really didn't help the video, and it really didn't get my point across well. So within a few videos, I started updating that. And you guys, if you watch from the beginning to now, you see the progressions. You see what I've polished and what I've gotten done. My lighting, I got better. My background got better. This, that, and the other. And so that's what I would say to you. It's like what T said for sure. You need to make sure that you carve out time for yourself because I echo him completely. I don't have a day off. I work at the restaurant Wednesday through Sunday. Sunday night is when work begins again because I first go to my dad's for dinner. And then as soon as I'm done with dad, I come home, we take care of all the animals, and then I'm on stream for Mothered and Smothered. Then Monday comes. Monday is my content creation day. And if I'm not too exhausted or something hasn't gone wrong, I try to spend that day editing all my videos. I will say that as of late, I have gotten selfish. I've taken that time to relax, to clean my house, to hang out with my animals, to catch up on my shows. Then Monday night, I'm streaming with Hara and Murata for the Star Murata Animal Show. Then Tuesday comes, and Tuesday I have to make sure I'm up early enough. Everyone's all fed, so I'm on live at 12. But now my work kind of eats into my Tuesdays as well. And so because we had things for Halloween, we had to rearrange the restaurant because we got new equipment installed. And so I try to, wherever I can, carve out, and I know that she's being a smartass, but she's actually right. I make sure I can read my books. I make sure I watch my shows. I make sure I'm cuddling with my animals. That's how you do it, because not every idea is going to be a masterpiece and not every video is going to perform well. The whole idea is you need to produce content that you are passionate about. You need to produce stuff that when you make it, you're like, yeah. Whenever I'm editing, if I'm not feeling it, and I don't know how T feels about it, but when I'm enjoying editing something and I'm laughing at what I'm doing and I'm giggling, I'm like, oh, go Cassie, go. That's when it's a great video. For instance, the one I released today, I was very fucking proud of that video. I was very happy about what I produced. A little stupid that I didn't advertise my store in the beginning of it, but what are you going to do? And so I was so focused. I was like, as soon as it went up, I was like, I didn't advertise the store. Oh, well. So here's what I will tell you. You have to enjoy it first and foremost. I've had this asked, I guess because now I'm, as of Tuesday, actually technically as of Thursday, but as of Tuesday, I've been doing YouTube videos for 2 years. And I'll have been in the YouTube space for 3 years because I was working with Gothics first. And a lot of folks ask me, how do I do it? What do I do? This, that, and the other. If you're going into this to make money, if you're going into this to earn money, get famous, stop, turn back, go. You're not going to make it. And the thing is, even if you do make it, just like Pearl, you're either going to look like a fool eventually or fizzle out. Because eventually your motivation is only going to be for the next dollar, and it makes you look disingenuous. My motivation was, I thought people like me were starting to get sick and die. And it was pissing me off that other people that were fat like me were talking for me. Nobody talks for me except for me. And I had something to say. I got a big mouth, so I wanted to say it. With T, as far as I know, your motivation was you wanted to show what the reality is of getting to that size and the reality of coming back from that size, and showing the journey. And what I love is how honest you are about it. You're very, very boldly honest about the problems that happen when you get to this size. So much so, T's actually inspired me to do a similar video. I have in my box somewhere in this thing is a 2.5 hour reaction to one of T's videos.
Because that you told me you were going to put up back in August. I should add.
I have not, because again, it's an intimidating thing. And again, why stop me? Because I don't have all the little pieces I want for it. And so I keep saying it's not perfect yet, can't do it yet, not perfect yet, can't do it yet, because I don't see the plan and how I'm going to, I worry how I'm going to do the 2 hours. I have to put it in like a 4-part just for somebody like to watch, I assume. And it's just like, I actually want to do a video describing what it's like for a woman to even get to, and I only got to like, we ballpark it at 450 because of how much smaller I am now. We don't know how actually heavy I was. That's the issue. And I didn't realize it until I had to take a full body photo for my doctor recently. And obviously sans clothing. And I saw so much sag. Axel, for fuck's sake. I don't know if you all realize what I had to do. I just had to let him smash my hand because he sent my mouse flying. And I had to pick between the mouse or my hand. Piece of shit. Whatchamacallit. And so when I looked at myself, And the first hint I had of that, Axel is innocent. Jasmine, stop helping him just because he's black. Whatchamacallit? When we went to Gatlinburg, my husband and I, the hotel had a mirror that went down to my mid-thigh. And for the first time in a long time, I saw below my chest. And I could not believe how deflated my body looked. And I was like, so again, when you don't see the change, you don't realize where you started to where you're at. Yeah. And so it's just simple stuff like that. I still sit there and I'm like, is that really me? But then I realize, like, I don't know if you ever give yourself gold stars for your weight loss, but the other day I was able to walk through Costco, and the difference is, have you ever been to a Costco?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, you're taller than me. You're like a good 5 inches taller than me, I think.
I'm 6 foot.
Fuck, you're a lot taller than me. You's a whole ass taller than me. So at Costco, you ever go to Costco, you realize how short I am. Mind you, my sneakers give me a good inch up. The carriages are at chest, so I can't lean like I do at every other market. So when I walk all through Costco, I'm walking back straight, having to support my entire weight. And while it is really painful and I'm usually limping by the end, I always feel really proud of myself that I'm able to do a full shopping without sitting, walking through Costco. Might be white knuckle by the end of it, but I'm making my way through. And I know for a fact, going back only about a year ago, I couldn't do that. And it always made me proud back before the pandemic that no matter how fat I was always able to be mobile and walk and stand, and nothing got me more disheartened when I realized I couldn't. And while I'm not happy that it happened at a funeral, when I went to my friend's funeral last Saturday, my friend's dad's funeral, I was able to walk across the entire church parking lot, down a hill into the church in flats, not even sneakers. I haven't been able to do that in a long time. And then I was able to walk out by myself again, back up the hill. I put on my sneakers, which weren't even my good sneakers. They were my, I could slide them on and off sneakers. And then I walked around by myself again. And I even stood for a really long time out there. Again, it hurt, but I was able to do it. And so I don't know if you give yourself little gold stars or remind yourself that you've been able to achieve that stuff, but that was a big deal for me. And I was just like, so anyone listening, I know this kind of went off the rails from the original thing. It's stuff like that when it comes to YouTube as well. If you get disheartened by your first video not doing well, remember your third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and eighth video is always going to do a little bit better. Because all you can do is improve from there.
Yeah, I mean, my first video was absolutely terrible. I mean, I didn't know how to do YouTube. It took me 4 videos to figure out if I just turn my phone that way, I'd get a better wide view. Like, I was wondering, like, how come it's, like, black here and you only see, like, it took me 4 videos. Oh, I just turned my phone. You're not going to know how to edit. You're not going to know how to figure anything else out. And so just keep making videos, putting them up, and you're going to get more views, and people are going to say, wow, this person has a good personality. I like watching him or her, and then you'll get subs and it grows. And I mean, you're probably going to do terrible for a little bit. Don't let that get you down. If you think you're going to join YouTube and get 500 subs on your first day and get 1,000 views, it's not going to happen. Not for a long time. It took me many months just to get 100 views.
I will tell you, I got lucky. I 100% say that what happened to me was sheer luck. One, because my YouTube channel was old. So my YouTube channel, when I first started, was 14 years old. Mm-hmm. So I do believe, because my channel was so squeaky clean for so long, it's kind of like having a good credit score that you never used. At first, you're great. And everyone's and YouTube's like, oh, finally, we got this. And I had one video from 2007 or 8 of Anime Boston. A man named Monty Owen did a animation for Anime Boston, and I secretly recorded it. Anime Boston told us not to record, and I'm a little rebel. So I went and I recorded the whole damn thing. And Monty later found it and posted it to his DeviantArt. And so he kept promoting it. He has since passed away. But that video got 40,000 views. So I think that's what boosted me. And then I would say, because I started creating in November of 2021. By January of 2022, I was already stagnated. I had jumped, I will grant, I jumped 6,000 subs in that amount of time. And I've been ever since. Because then the algorithm caught me, and that's what I was going to say next. Don't make some of the mistakes that I made, because I could have had a really good upwards growth if I had paid a tiny bit more attention to the algorithm. And I mean, I had a gentle understanding of it, but I will say this: if you want a better growth and you do care about the growth, avoid swearing. Avoid saying certain things. Obviously, look up the hot words that YouTube says or no. Look up the best times to upload. Keep track of those things. There is a science to it. There is. Find out the right hashtags to use, the right titles, the right genres. Those all do play a factor if you want your message to get the best message across. I tend to use the hashtags of the algorithm. Like, for instance, I want fat women to see my videos. So if you I barely knew. I can't with this girl. I'm judging you, Rachel. But here's what I would tell you. Ooh, excuse me. When I want fat girls to see my stuff, so what do I tag? Body positivity, health at every size, plus size. I make sure all those are tagged in every video that I make. So that way, at least possibly one person who is in the BoPo soup, they are knee deep in the sauce. Maybe they can see my videos. And then they go down a rabbit hole. Because especially, I need to get my hair done rainbow again. Especially back when I first did the videos. And that I do think plays a part, that I look more normal now. And I looked kind of crazy when I first started doing them, with the blue lips and the galaxy hair and the rainbow background. And I have kind of fallen out of that just because of aesthetics. I love blue, and I got lazy with the makeup. I do believe I'm going to start going back into more crazy looks, because that does sell. And that does seem to get more opposition to click on me, because they think I'm one of them.
Yeah.
And then once they realize I'm not, well, then they start listening to me, because it kind of throws them off that somebody that looks like them doesn't think like them. Does that make any sense?
One of us. But how many times did I text you though? Like, how come I'm not getting any views? How come my videos suck? I'm doing the same things. I'm doing the right things, and like, you're gonna get frustrated with it too. You know, you're gonna have periods where things are dry and you're not getting the views that you want and the clicks and all that stuff. It's just gonna happen. There's periods of time that you're going to do really well, and then it's going to fall off, and then it surge. And that was one of the things that I'm pretty ticked off about too, because I heard the holidays are a pretty good time to make some YouTube videos and get some good clicks. But you know,
they're actually saying this is going to be the worst season for YouTubers. I'm like, great. just what I want to hear. No, but yeah, and I would tell him all the time, you can't let it discourage you, because I mean,
At
I
the
will
end of the day, you just have to ignore as much as we're all going to go by that measure. We have to ignore the views and the clicks and the likes and all that stuff because it's about our message. We're getting a message out. And whatever YouTube does, it's going to change the algorithm. You know, the time of day matters. All that stuff matters. But yeah, you're trying to get a message out, and what matters is your message, the thing that you're passionate about, not how much money you're making from it, not how many clicks and views you get from it. And that's kind of what I learned. So like I'm still gonna make videos. Like I don't care if I'm monetized or not. Like the message is gonna get out there. So like that's the important thing to remember. It's you're doing this because you're passionate about it, not because you want to be popular from it or be making a lot of money from it. Well, that's a good plus. I am ticked off that I'm going to miss out on some money, but that's not stopping me from making videos. I'm not going to be like, well, I'm not making money from them, so I'm just going to not make any videos for a couple months. Then that money is my motivation, and that's not it.
right. I agree tenfold on that one. And I've actually, he and I are both religious. I'm Catholic. I forget what sect you are, T.
Non-denominational.
Non-denominational. And I always ask God, I say several kinds of prayers a day. One of them is send someone my way who needs me. And I always pay attention to that. So even if I'm disgruntled, even if I really don't feel like it, there's usually an instance, at least one part of the day, where I have to put on my big girl boots and strap them up and help somebody else out. And I know that is the Lord sending them my way. And every once in a while, I ask Him for guidance. Am I doing the right thing? Am I helping anybody? Is this even worth it? Am I just shouting into the ether? Am I doing this just for myself? Am I annoying people? I don't know how often this happens to T, but this has happened an awful lot to me lately where I've questioned myself. And then I'll get a message, and I've gotten a couple lately, of people telling me that they were close to ending it, and watching my videos has helped. I had somebody from the conflict in Gaza and Israel message me saying that my videos helped them. I won't say which side, let's just say they told me that they have lost people and my videos help them. I've had people tell me that until they watched my videos, they didn't realize they had unhealthy habits. Until they watched my videos, they didn't realize certain things could kill them. Some of them were doing things that were not good for them, and they listened to what I said, and it clicked in their head. I had one person tell me that they had lost faith in being able to be healthy till they watched my videos. And whenever I get a message like that, I feel like it's God speaking to me through these people, telling me I'm doing something right. And it's the same feeling I get when I do animal rescue and people shit on me. You guys have no idea. I get very much love from my audience. I don't get it in real life. I get shit on a lot for what I do with animals. That, it's wrong, it's gross, I shouldn't have them. You need to get rid of some of them, it's too expensive, da 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 da. But I 100% feel the Lord speaks through the animals to me. And I'm not saying like they get down and go, and then it's God. I'm saying like, T understands what I'm saying. And, on top of that, I get people like T and Lydia, and I meet all sorts of wonderful people in the community. Sans a couple. Alan, Michelle, and Nadia, Sam, and we all come together, and we're just trying to help people. We're trying to save people. And so again, whenever I get messages from folks like T or Michelle or Lydia and so on and so forth. And Jasmine too. Jasmine is a YouTuber in her own right, and she's been talking about Anti-BoPo. Whenever I see all that, that is a motivation in and of itself. So remember that sometimes it's not about the amount of views. It's about, no, you piece of shit. I hate him. I love him, but I hate him. And it's, if you have a consistent crew that shows up, and it might only be 4 people, it might only be 20 people. If you are any of my constant viewers, I know I get some lurkers, but I see in the chat right here, these are people I rely on every week. And they come and they talk to me. And they're there for every one of my live streams. They're there for every one of my premieres. They are in every single comment. Those are the people that I've clearly helped on some level. Yes, we've become friends in a manner, but that's not the point. I see the artists in my Discord that politically, they felt alone. When you're an artist and you cannot find people that politically align with you, you really do feel alone, because you can't reveal that part of yourself at all to the art community. They will ostracize you.
Yeah.
And yes, it's, and so I will say the first motivation has to be your message. The second motivation has to be hoping that your message gets through. And the third has to be when you understand that you've built a community, whether it's 2 people, 2,000, or 200,000. Get in there, try your best, and keep plugging along, and understand that you might only get 10 views a video, but if you're consistently getting 10 views a video, that is 10 people that are consistently showing up to see your videos. Just remember that.
Yep.
I don't know when anything actually goes on. I know, Rachel. She's too busy taking care of the farm. Rachel's out in California. We try not to judge her for it. And she out there taking care of 5 billion animals. I had to hide the letter she gave me. It's up there somewhere. Is that your peacock's feathers, or is it just a peacock feather that you had, Rachel? Like, while she's answering, let me ask you, T, have you ever gotten messages like that have helped motivate you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely there's always somebody who says that I've inspired them to go on a diet and they were losing weight because of me, or, they didn't think that they could lose weight until they saw me doing it, or, they got caught up in the, body positive garbage. And so they saw that, oh, wow, it is nonsense. You can lose weight. And so, I've had people draw pictures of me and stuff like that and send them to me, and it's all great. It keeps me motivated, keeps me wanting to do this. And like you, I don't got too many people in my life who are around me. I have a best friend. I have some people at my church who care about me, but other than that, I'm like deathly single, and I don't go out and have a lot of friends to hang out with. And so I'm mostly here every night. My mom has a boyfriend, and she's been staying every night at his house. So I'm alone every day, and it sucks. So, but it's good to have a YouTube community of people who, tell me they love me, they love my videos, and they seem to genuinely care for me. And when I'm struggling, whether it's emotionally or on my diet or whatever, they're there to lift me up and help me out, and show me love, and that's always great. So I'm glad to have that.
And it does help. I mean, I will say I am definitely more of the introvert. I am just fine with the quiet and the silence and the people go away. But that's me. I think it's because I'm kind of burnt out. But at the same time, I agree. That's the most helpful. When you need to hear that.
Yeah.
You need to hear it just a little bit, because again, there's been days where I think about, I don't think they care if I stop making videos. And it's always a little bit of a, oh shucks, I'm not important. And you have to kick your own butt after that. And accept that, like you said it before in this conversation. You just gotta deal with it. It's gonna get better.
Yep.
This too shall pass.
Yep.
My favorite doctrines. My dad had it written on the side of his helmet in Vietnam, and I always say it to myself: "This too shall pass." It's not always gonna stay that way.
Yep.
The other side of the Mississippi has more trees. They're over there crying in the comments. Sequoias aren't all that, Rachel. They're because I don't know if you guys see. I'm gonna put them up on the screen. Esteban's judging Rachel, and Rachel's explaining trees. But Rachel, everywhere has trees, and everywhere has different trees, my dear. And Annie just wants to let you know, the other side of the Mississippi is better. Just saying.
You need to come to Michigan. Michigan's where it's at.
You gotta come to Rhode Island. I will tell you, I miss Rhode Island. And what's funny is, I had a customer come in the restaurant yesterday, and when she came in, my boss is out of the restaurant right now, and so I was in. We had a full staff plus. So I was doing administrative work. I was taking care of the scheduling. I was setting up displays for events coming up. And I said hi to a guest that was sitting near the back of the restaurant towards the register. And she asked if I was the owner. I'm like, no, everyone always thinks that because I'm fat. They think she must be the head chef. No, I am not. When I tell you I get it all the time, and I'm like, the owner of the restaurant, her husband's black.
Go blue.
And I am in the South. So whenever he's there without her and they see the two of us merely interacting politely, oh, is that your husband? No. Black men do not get assigned their fat white woman. Like, stop it, people. And whatchamacalls it. So she and I were talking, and she said, oh, you're not the owner? Oh, well, where are you from? And I was using my polite customer service voice, so she couldn't hear it. But I very purposely, because I said I'm from Rhode Island, she went, no, you're not. So I very purposely let my accent drop when I was on the phone with the customer. And I kept saying for instead of for. I made sure my full Rhode Island came out. She went, you are a Rhode Islander. I heard it when you said for. I was like, I know. I did it on purpose. And come to find out, she grew up in the same area of Rhode Island, went to the same high school my mother went to. And we then spent the next 30 minutes literally making fun of the South and praising all the wonders of Rhode Island. It was ridiculous. It was so funny, but it was a unicorn because Rhode Islanders don't drive more than 15 minutes. So to find one in North Carolina was a miracle. And I keep doing it. I found so many Rhode Islanders here. I think I have like a homing beacon.
What happened to my coach? He won today, didn't he? Go blue.
Wait, I think the waitress, Diana, is that the Duke one? Is that what your hat is? Is that Duke?
No, that's Denver Broncos.
Oh, I was saying, I see the D, but it looked like it was a unicorn. So I was like, well, it can't be the Broncos then, because that's a unicorn, but never mind, it's not a unicorn.
Yeah, it's Broncos.
What is he shooting out of his mouth?
It's like a snort, like a air snort, and the cold. Where's my other hat? Oh,
The Broncos are shooting snot out of their horses. That's not cool. That's gross.
You know when it's cold and you breathe out and it's,
I know. Listen, it's okay. You're not a Patriots fan. We'll forgive you. Oh, that was something that I don't know what you've experienced. When I moved down here, this was right after the Patriots won like their third or fourth Super Bowl. And I was a proud Patriots fan. When I moved down, everyone was like, who's your team? And I was like, Patriots. Nah, who's your team? And I was like, Patriots. And they were like, we don't care about the NFL. Who's your college? I'm like, why do I give a crap what kids are doing? I only want to watch adults play. And that is what I still hold to. I don't understand getting all excited about college football. because it's just a bunch of children who might never do football after that. This doesn't make any sense to me. States I'll never live in, California and New York. I second that, Mitchell. Honorary mention Texas purely for being disappointing. Oh, wait.
The barbecue is the only good thing about Texas. I grew up there. The only thing that would take me back there is some more barbecue.
See, I didn't mind being in Texas. I went to Texas a couple of times, and it was fun. I didn't notice anything too much bigger because North Carolina has a lot of similar stuff. But this is where you're not gonna like me. I just don't love barbecue. Like, I will tell you, I've had barbecue in several places. It all tastes the same. Like, there is no difference. You might add a different sauce here and there. It's all just grilled meat. Now, grilled meat is good, but I don't know. I think I'll get tired. Oh, it is almost 12:42. You have to get to bed soon. You have a lot to do in the morning, sir.
Oh, yeah.
He said he couldn't stay up past midnight, and I've kept him up 44 minutes afterwards.
I'm sitting here like nodding off and
Rachel, I cannot wait to post my the spicy phobic shirt, and I'm gonna dedicate it to you. In my dear followers' mind, if I don't like spicy food, just spicy, nothing else, not flavor, just spicy, then I don't like flavor at all.
no, I don't understand this love for spicy. Spicy takes away from the taste of food.
Hold on, I must bow. I'm sorry, Big T. Could you say that again? I need to hear that again.
Spicy is not a flavor. It takes away from the flavor of food. How can you taste anything when your mouth is burning?
Ah, Rachel. Rachel, what you gonna say now? Spicy food is the spice of life. Your colon disagrees with you, Jasmine, and you know it.
I love Mexican food, but I always get mild. Like, why get all that spicy food and you can't even eat it? Like,
and that's what I tried to explain because I was like, it was getting heated, pun unintended, in my chat the other night because I was explaining to them. Everyone else is like, oh, we're just gonna get used to the heat. It is unpleasant. I have met people who got used to the heat, but they always enjoyed it. It was just too extreme for them. I don't enjoy it. I dislike the sensation. I am annoyed and I get angry and I want to punch the food when I get this spicy sensation in my mouth. And you're all like, well, you just don't like flavor. No, I enjoy being able to taste the flavor. I don't want to have to fight my food. Like, I can't eat anything without jalapenos. See, Jimmy, now I'm going to say this to all of you. To me, and Jimmy's girl, I don't mean nothing by this. This is more basic to me. If you can't eat anything unless it's spicy, then that means you're basic. If you can't have anything outside of spicy.
Like, I don't mind a couple dashes of Tabasco on some eggs or something like that. Like, that's not too bad. But if it's just rip-roaring spicy, you just can't eat it. Like, you spit it out or you throw it away because it's not even worth it.
I personally, my husband loves super spicy food. I do not. I will make it rip-roaring for him. But even him, like, he enjoys the kick of spice. By the way, hi, Toasty. He enjoys the kick of spice. But because I cook for him now, he'll say to me, yeah, it was spicy, but it had no flavor. So I have to make sure I don't just do like super spicy, which is super easy to do and take zero effort. I said what I said. But you have to be able to add the right flavors that don't just pump up spice, but pump up flavor. Remember the day pumpkin? For your information, Rachel, sometimes pumpkin spice does get too spicy.
Oh no.
But it's usually the drinks, okay? In my defense, it's usually the fresh made drinks, and they use like spicy spices. Like they'll use fresh ginger, sometimes they use certain kinds of peppercorns. And so then it gets a little spicy for me. I didn't even have to wait. Bitch. Well, T, I think with it almost 1 a.m. and the both of us rubbing our eyes because we're elderly and tired and we just got off of work today. Why don't you take us out? Let us know what you've got planned, what you got going on.
Should I announce it right now?
I think you should.
Starsan and Big T after dark every Saturday now
Oh,
because we
shit.
don't have anything else going on.
Yeah, we're just so lazy. It's finally happening now. Granted, it's just gonna be a video of the both of us sleeping every Saturday. But you know what? We hope we inspire you to go to Mattress Room, buy a brand new mattress with adjustable base. Absolutely, go right ahead. Brand new sheets while you're at. Tell them Cassie sent you. Oh my gosh.
Well,
But
just Big T Bariatric. Go find me if you haven't subbed to my channel yet. I try to post at least one video a week now. That's what I got time for. I'm thinking about doing more live streams because why not? It's less editing, so I can connect more with my audience and not have to worry about the editing. For the Christians out there, me and my friend Derek and Cassie, we're all thinking about starting another channel and just focusing on doing like a Christian podcast type thing. So that should be fun. So yeah, just come hit me up, and if you have any ideas or you want to connect with me, go ahead and do that. I appreciate that.
as for me, you guys know you'll see me tomorrow night, mothered or smothered, unless something happens and I get exhausted and can't be on stream.
And I enjoy coming and picking on you.
Yeah, right. He always comes in and beats me up verbally, of course.
And then I leave.
And then he leaves. I always wonder why I'm like, he was there a minute ago, but now I know because he goes and sleeps. Something I
Yeah,
should
you started at like 11 o'clock freaking at night, and it's like, why is it
can't help
late?
it.
I'll wake up at the middle of the night. It'll be 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll check my phone. Oh, Starsan's still going. Like, I done been to bed.
Bro, let me tell you something. There has been streams where Peachy will get me going or Horror will get me going. And it's like 4 a.m. our time. And I'm like, oh my Lord. I'm still awake. And then the next day I am trudging. It is bad. But Monday, I might not be Monday. I believe Horror's going away. I'll have to double check it. There might not be any stream this Monday. And then Tuesday, the big stream is here. We will be doing the cooking live stream to celebrate my 2 years as a YouTuber. Ooh, 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 ooh. We will be doing the giveaway. So, guys, remember, if you're on here and you haven't already commented on it, I am doing a giveaway of the Fat Privilege cards. I have 3 of these babies. And if you want one, you have to go to my community post. You have to like the community post, and you have to leave a comment saying what is your favorite memory of me over the past 2 years, either from a live stream, from a video, whatever. And if you enter, I'll be sending one of these to 3 lucky people. So
Actually, 2 people because I'm winning one of them.
Oh, see, T's already got it in the bag then, guys. He's ready. He's waiting because not enough people have commented yet, so I don't know. But I will be cooking. You ready? Baked ziti, lasagna, my homemade tomato sauce along with spaghetti. We're making stromboli, and I'm gonna be making chicken cutlets. And I might still be making my mac and cheese as well, which you guys watched me make, and it took me hours last time. So just send it to me. But so be there, guys. It's gonna be a live Q&A. Come on down. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And if I don't get too distracted from Tuesday, you will see a new video, probably about Marissa, on Thursday. But that's it for us, guys. We're gonna go to sleep because we tired.
Oh, and Michelle, if you're watching,
you heard the man. You heard him, Shelly. Have a good night, everyone. If you are over here and you haven't already subscribed to Big T, what the fuck are you doing? Get over there and subscribe to the man. Get him some views. If you want to help him out, go on to Twitter. I'm never gonna call it X, and tag YouTube. Tell them how you don't like this. Do you have a Twitter?
I started one. Yeah, it's on there. I think it's Big T Bariatric.
Make sure you send me the link, and I'll try to link it in the chat or something.
All right.
Whatchamacalls it, and go tell them it's not fair what they're doing to this young man. Otherwise, guys, remember to tell the people that are important to you that you love them, to be safe. Big T, I love you, man. You be
I
safe.
love you too.
There. Yes, I love you guys. Be safe. Have a wonderful night. Bye, everybody.
Good